Fora TV. The world is thinking.
The question is what advice he has on protecting sources, because so many people just simply use email and reveal their identity by doing that. So
on the one hand, I can say you're all screwed. You are all totally screwed, because everything is going onto the internet. I was with, I won't name him, but one of the most respected investigative journalists in the United States. And he checked his email in Gmail, was logged into Google, and then he goes and starts searching stuff. Well, he's still logged into Google, so you saw his name in his Google searches. And Google keeps a history of everything being searched for. And he was searching for things on the story he was developing, and he's a national security reporter. I mean, you're just screwed. I mean, the amount of information that is being collected on everything that is done, and it's just impossible to work and communicate in a normal way unless you have technical specialists dedicated to do this for you, means that your information trails and your sources' information trails are just everywhere. However, actually, the chance of a source being busted is very, very low, even with that developing problem. If someone actually has the energy and inclination and the career interest to do that, they can. But the chance is very, very low that a source will be busted.
In Washington, with an employee of the National Security Agency.
Yeah, right. But this is a country of 300 million people. So how many sources get publicly at least busted a year? What is it? 10 in the United States? 300 million people. So it's actually nothing. I mean, the chance of your source getting run over by a car are vastly higher. Now I've been caught, but there's a perceptual illusion, because every time a source is caught, their name is, even their face is in the paper. But every time the New York Times uses a source to inform a story, it's like the source never existed in the first place, because it's basically an anarchist act, right? Leaking is basically an anarchist act, and to be a mainstream publication, you can't be lionizing sources doing anarchist acts all the time. So you don't see the source mentioned at all in the story, or you see Document C by the New York Times, or you see an official speaking anonymously. But that's such a small reference that people don't see the source. So there's a perceptual bias that sources are getting busted all over, but there's not the perceptual understanding that sources are succeeding all over, and that the actual chance of being busted is extremely low, even in this incredibly aggressive environment.